Please don't spoil the movie.
By adding your own soundtrack. Hello, my name is Janine Teagues.
Who's that?
Abbott Elementary.
Oh, okay.
Y'all gotta watch Abbott Elementary.
My name is Pamela Beasley.
Pamela Beasley. Oh, I know this. Pamela Beasley.
Are you serious?
Pam Beasley. Oh, The Office.
Thank you.
Thanks
for giving me that information on Abbott Elementary, because that's the only way I was able to obtain the name Pamela Beasley, because I didn't have one.
I never thought the fact that her whole name was Pamela.
Yeah, Pam would just be almost as bland as her. That's her only name.
And welcome back to
Please Don't Spoil the Movie.
A podcast brought to you by sisters who love each other.
Sometimes.
Yeah. What's up? Happy Thanksgiving week. Turkey.
Happy Thanksgiving Eve.
What's it said? Let pass the cranberry sauce.
I don't know that one.
Yeah,
I only know
there.
I got beans, potatoes, tomatoes.
You name it. Well, this would be posting after Thanksgiving, so happy after Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah. It's all the same. What's been up? What's going on?
Not much. Yesterday I took some engagement photos.
You sure did.
Very tiring. I was like, oh my God, I'm exhausted.
From taking pictures?
I don't know what. Like, we're literally, after we were done, I was just like, whew. And I got to pick Kira. I was so tired. I was like, Mom, I'm sleepy. She was like, I know, I'm tired too.
You'd never make it a day in the limelight.
I couldn't. Just smiling, standing, news positions. And when we turned out we were there for like 2 hours, I was like, oh, that's crazy.
I mean, yeah, I feel like a typical time for a photo shoot, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to come out cute?
Yes. I'm excited to see them.
You're yawning now. Perk the fuck up. Were you excited to take them? You rented out a room and everything.
Yeah.
Like a rich bitch.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, I'm very excited for them to turn out. We did a lot of different poses, different areas, more than I thought.
What was Chandler saying?
Not Chandler.
What did I say? Chancellor.
What was Chandler saying? Nothing. He was going along with it as well.
I'm weak. Okay, good. I can't wait to see how they turn out.
Me too.
It's so crazy you're getting married.
I know it is crazy.
You ain't got your ring on.
Oh yeah, I need to go grab that. Well, I haven't been doing anything.
Did you have them on for the photos?
Of course.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, that would have been really bad if I did forgot.
And you got your first ever sewing.
I did. Baby's first sewing.
Right. Oh my goodness. She's a grown up.
I know. It's crazy.
Oh my
I
goodness.
was like, I can't believe I've gone so long without getting it.
Right. 30 years. Girl, they start getting those at like 14.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I had a quick weave one time.
Oh yeah, you did do a quick weave once.
A 50% quick weave.
Yeah, you skipped a step.
Yeah. Oh, quick weaves.
Yeah.
You do sew-ins and quick weaves?
In my brain, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my rationale.
Okay.
Well,
What you been up
I
to?
can't wait to see how the photos turn out. What have I been up to? Nothing.
Amen. Just chilling like a
yeah.
villain.
Just another day, another dollar.
I'm trying to avoid the wicked content on social media because I haven't seen it yet. But they're like,
you literally
pounding it.
seen the play, so you
No.
know how the story goes.
I know how the story goes, obviously, but I don't want to. The production level is gonna be 10 times better. I don't know. Everyone's spoiling it.
You know how the story ends.
And honestly, I mean, the first half is 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's gonna be a little different.
2 hours and 30 minutes is the first one.
Mm-hmm. And the fucking play is 2 hours and 30 minutes. So it's gonna have a little sauce in there, a little something else.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was just like, I kind of like don't want to see this anymore. Because I know how it's just like I'm gonna be sitting in a movie, knowing everything about how it goes. I know it's gonna be long. I didn't know it was gonna be 2 hours and 30 minutes long. That's another reason why I don't want to see it.
Guys, I feel like
I haven't been in movie theaters in 3 years, so I'm not really itching to go. I'm just like, ugh.
I think it's gonna be
It's
really
losing
good.
I'm already losing the excitement of it.
Really?
Yes.
I want to see. I want to cry.
I'm still gonna go. I'm gonna power through it
Yeah.
for Cynthia,
Maybe he can go Saturday.
not for Ariana. I'm still mad with her.
Let her cheat on her. Let her steal that girl man.
That ain't right. You know
No,
what
that
else
seems right.
You know what I finished though? I
What?
finished Challengers.
Oh, forgot about that. How was it?
Yeah.
What was
And like
part
the
two?
ending, I was just like, "Ugh, this is it. Like, is this? I hate movies like that where they just like end.
Right, it like ended like
Like,
a
I want-
serve or something.
It did actually,
That sounds like a
just
chapter,
about.
yeah.
And I was just like, oh my god, just like, so we don't know what happens next. Like, it's just like, okay,
Gotta use your creativity.
it's just. Oh, and you know how you brought up the fact where you're like, oh, you've got to watch it twice. That's not the fucking case at all.
Okay, you didn't feel. You watched it when you watched it back. You watched it from the beginning, or you picked up where you left off. Why you say that?
Yes, because I watched it with Mom.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did she like it?
Because it wasn't even like a matter of like, oh, if you watch it the second time, you'll pick up on like hints and, you know, things that you missed the first time. There's none of that. The only thing that they do is like they repeat things twice.
What do you mean?
They
tell it from. They tell the story from two
no,
different perspectives?
literally they'll be like, there was like a scene where the two boys are talking and he's like, I hope your grandmother dies from a stroke. And then you'll watch it again, and then Zendaya's like, "Oh yeah, his grandmother died from a stroke." That's it. I'm like, that's what I was supposed to watch twice to catch up on.
Oh,
Do you see what I'm saying?
yeah.
I was like, that doesn't make
Like
any.
you missed some like.
You missed a mini joke,
Okay.
like a mini foreshadowing, but like not even like a serious foreshadowing. I was like, this isn't valid. Or
If you're gonna watch it a third time,
I doubt it.
I'm gonna watch it. I forgot about that movie. Whatchamacallit's coming to Netflix. That one. It ends with us. I want to watch that second.
Which one is that one?
That's the one with Blake Lively.
Oh,
I
yeah, I do want to
I
watch
want to
that.
hate watch that one.
I was thinking
Which
thinking
is
about
terrible
her
thing to say because
the other night. I was like, they was going off on her a couple of weeks ago. Now they chilled out. I guess.
They did bring it back. I was like, my TikTok was going. They brought the
they
hate
haven't
back up.
stopped yet. They're still on.
They
her.
they like slowed down. But,
She's still the internet victim
yeah.
of the week.
But it was like it was a lot when the movie came out. Then it went away. But then it came back up.
it probably will
With the
not.
Ryan Reynolds, maybe with the comment
What did he say?
when but whatchamacallit said that Ryan.
Oh,
Reynolds was-
Martha Stewart. Yeah, I was like, I agree.
He's not a funny guy. Maybe that's why.
I like totally believe that that's a bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem genuine.
Yeah.
I stand with Martha.
Me too. What else?
Okay, what else? That's all I got. I guess.
I'm sad for this holiday season. Not really. It's so busy.
Yeah, you hate the holidays.
Hate them.
I'm excited to be off of work. Another day where I don't have to punch in and be bothered with going in to an office space for 8 hours. That's bliss to me.
Great.
That's what I like to call a Christmas miracle.
A Christmas miracle. Oh, good job.
Yeah. One of these days. It's just, the job market's just so hard right now.
It's only going to get worse.
That's right. Okay. Enough about that.
What do we do? Tell us about the movie we're doing today, Jade.
Think children. Think adolescence. Think espionage. Think gizmos and gadgets. Think evil villains turns out to be not so evil at all. Think artificial intelligence. Think spies who are intended to be sworn enemies but are destined to be lovers. Think older sister, little brother. Think we've got to save our parents. Think our parents are international spies. And that brings us to, drumroll please, Spy Kids!
Number 1.
Yeah!
What a great
The
movie.
best children's movie to ever touch the movie theater screens.
And you know what? After watching this, I was like, Spy Kids 2 might be my favorite.
No, yeah, that's fair. Spy
Kids
Kids 2 is freaking
much
phenomenal.
better.
I don't know what the fuck they were doing with that third one.
Yeah.
It does not hold a candle to those
3D
first
was
two.
just a money grab.
It was just like, it's like, it should have been good. Like, it had the potential to be good, but I just feel like,
I don't know. They're trying to focus on that 3D aspect.
yeah, it's just like, I don't like that we were in a game, because in the other two, we were like in caves and
Yeah.
on islands, and now we in a video game.
And then
I'm
the
not fucking with
sister
that.
was like not in it, really. It was
Yeah,
just
she
mostly
wasn't really in it.
the
Why are
brother.
we doing this without her?
Right.
It was crazy. Madness. Summary. Gregorio and Ingrid are two of the greatest secret agents the world has ever known. But after years of espionage, the pair decide to embark on the most dangerous mission they have ever faced, raising a family. Nearly a decade into their retirement, the two are called back into action when their former colleagues begin to disappear. But when the two are taken hostage, it is up to their small children to save them and the world. Okay. The film is an American spy action comedy.
That's right.
Co-produced, written, edited, and co-composed by Robert Rodriguez. So he co-produced, wrote it, edited it, co-composed it, and then directed it.
He did everything but star in it.
Yeah, just about. The film was released on March 18th, 2001 and distributed by Dimension Films. Also, the film company who does Final Destination.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Director Robert Rodriguez expressed early on when creating the film and pitching it to studios that he had to fight for them to allow the film to center a Latino family. Awful. Why are we doing this?
No, white.
Exactly. Their exact words. The studio was like, why are you making them Latin? Why don't you just make them American?
Not American.
They are American, said Robert Rodriguez. They were based on my family. Because they literally are American. Why are we doing this in 2000?
They were like,
in the new millennium, seriously?
American. I know what you mean.
And honestly, I love the fact that they're Latino. I feel like it added great razzle dazzle to the film.
To the razzle song.
I was like, it added like made it even more entertaining. In addition to basing the Cortez family dynamic on his own family, Rodriguez named some of the characters after his own family members. Giorgio Cortez was based on his uncle, who actually worked for the FBI and inspired Spy Kids, and then Juni and Carmen were named after Rodriguez's brother and sister. Originally, the script for Spy Kids involved most of the aspects of the second film. Rodriguez's draft was too complex and action-packed for one movie alone. Basically, I wanted them to already be Spy Kids and have all the gadgets, be cool agents, but that wasn't the first movie. It was the genius of how they became spies. So all that stuff where they were a little too suave, too proactive, that went into the second film.
Oh, fun.
So he already wanted them to be
the
agents that they are. But the whole excitement is that they become agents along the way. So yeah. When Carla Gino was cast as a former spy and mother to Carmen and Juni Cortez, she was only 27 years old. Don't like that. Gino wasn't the first choice for Ingrid Cortez. With the role previously belonging to Kelly Preston, that's John Travolta's now deceased wife.
I'm not familiar with that word. Kelly Preston?
You know, she plays the mom in Cat in the Hat.
Oh.
I could have totally seen her doing this.
Yeah.
With the role previously belonging to Kelly Preston before the actress gave birth. So I guess she had a baby and couldn't do it. No. My question is, why aren't either of them Spanish? That's always my qualm.
Is Carla?
I don't think so. I think she's Italian or something. I think she's a white woman.
Oh.
And now I don't know if she's supposed to be Spanish in here, but in reality, she's a white woman.
Oh. So I don't know why I even said Italian. I meant to say, is she Spanish?
Yeah. She said, Carla, what was particularly strange about the Spy Kids of it all is that I was just so young when I did it. I was at least 10 years too young for the role because I was supposed to have been a spy for 10 years and then had 2 children who were now 10 and 12. But Robert, the director, kind of said, my mom had 10 kids, and if we play this right, no one will ever question it. I think it only hurt me a little because people did think I was older than what I was at the time. Yeah, this is my qualm with Hollywood. Because why are y'all doing this? And then to put it into retrospect, Antonio Banderas was 41. She should not be a mother of 2 children. She should be at the club.
Well, she can't be a mother of 2 children, but yes.
I mean, yeah. She can't be. But not of the ones who are supposed to be 10 and 12. She should be at the club.
She could have been a spy kid.
If we wanted to do it that way, yeah, she could have been playing the goddamn spy kid. She could have been playing Carmen. I can't stand what Hollywood do with this. They want to freaking age a woman so fucking quickly. It's ridiculous. But then the man could be a fucking 89 and play 30-year-old.
And I'm going to lie to you, I kind of thought they were the same age.
I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, she wasn't looking... Yeah. I mean, she looks great. Yeah. She's stunning. But yeah, she wasn't giving 27.
I can't tell.
She was giving, I got 2 kids.
Right. I can't tell if she looks a little older or he looks very good for his age.
I think she just looks older.
Because I wouldn't have guessed he was 41 when he made this movie.
Yeah, he was giving like 35.
Yeah. But that's how they be doing. And when she was like, obviously when she was like, I don't know if I could play, girl, that's never been anyone's concern, okay? The moment you turn 25, you will be playing someone's mother.
Right.
Give it the times.
That will always, unfortunately, be the case.
I don't know if it's going to work. No one cares. Okay?
Yeah. Do you know where we are?
Yeah, do you know where we are?
Do you know you have 30 minutes?
Do you know how this goes?
Machete, played by Danny Trejo, who is the uncle of Carmen and Juni, and assists them in the film through his cool high-tech gadgets and machete-wielding abilities. Since his scenes in the franchise don't get too in-depth, the director, right, Robert Rodriguez, decided he needed his own story, resulting in 2 action films.
What?
Yes. 2 action-filled machete films. The character has appeared in also a fake trailer, for Rodriguez's film with Quentin Tarantino, The Grindhouse, and also in a Snickers commercial.
I'm confused. In real life?
So...
he's saying the character, Danny, has been in all these trailers?
So, Danny... him... He... was in this movie, right? And the director was like, you know what? Your character needs its own film.
Yeah.
So there's 2 films about him.
What are they called?
Machete.
You said that weird.
Machete. I did say that weird.
Machete.
But and you know, because I remember when the movies came out, and they're called, you know, they're self-titled. They're called Machete. So I was like, is this just a coincidence that he is playing a character with the same name he was in Spy Kids? And then all the while that is his character from Spy Kids.
Oh, they're not bad. I have seen this.
Oh, you've seen one of them?
No, I've seen the poster.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the poster. I have seen the poster before. I've never watched it.
And I was like, that's like a really weird coincidence that he's played like 2
characters. That's so funny.
But that was the whole plan all along.
That's funny.
That is funny. I was like, oh, I love that. You give him his own adult film, like rated. That sounds like it's a porn. But, you know, his own adult.
Right.
Appropriate
movie.
for adult movie.
You know, Lindsay Lohan was in his 2010 film.
Oh, really?
The Machete franchise.
Doing what?
I don't know. Playing an actor. There's some decent people here.
And then lastly,
and Jessica Alba was in the Machete movie. That's probably why she was in the
Spy Kids
4.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, look at all that.
Full circle. Even though they probably should. I haven't seen Spy Kids 4. Don't intend to, but I'm sure it's terrible.
Yeah, I don't.
Unless it's good.
You know, he did them too.
Huh?
I didn't. So there's a 4 and there's also a 5. I think that came out on Netflix. But he also wrote and directed those.
Yeah.
And that made me think, okay, they might be good.
Yeah.
If you did these.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking like he's done all of them.
Yeah. It might not be bad.
So yeah, we might need to give it a try.
But also, I'm so confused by these faux trailers. Are these in the movie?
Yeah, I didn't really get the faux trailer thing either. I think what they're saying is, so he had his own like movie. So right, they gave him his own movie, but then I think there is a Quentin Tarantino movie called Grindhouse that he might make an appearance in.
Yeah.
Wait.
The character that appeared in faux trailer for Rodriguez's film with Quarantine Grindhouse in
I don't know. Yeah, I actually don't get the trailer part. Just know that he was in Snickers commercials too. It's not important. Sorry. Can't explain. Can't divulge. You get it. Copyrighted. Yeah, totally. The inspiration for the villain Floop came from Willy Wonka.
Oh, that's fair.
Because Rodriguez said he wanted the character to be imaginative and childlike. And then also the inspiration for Thumb Thumbs came from the director's childhood drawing from an art contest that he won when he was a little boy.
Terrifying, creepy child.
That's how we got there.
Gross. Don't like it.
Yeah. Budget.
30 million.
Not bad. You're pretty close.
$35 million.
There we go.
Yeah.
Good job.
Action packed.
Box office.
$80 million.
No.
Am I too high or too low?
Put some respect on their name.
$100 million.
No.
$120 million?
No.
$150 million?
$147.9 million.
That's why they made a second one.
Right.
Damn, that's a great
That's why they got fucking
income.
crunking with that second one, bro.
I know. Second, third.
Imagine? This movie is like fucking phenomenal. I was watching.
It is.
When I was watching, I was like, "Oh my god!" I forgot how fucking great. This
Yeah, no,
film
it really is, and it's kind of creepy.
Yeah, and I was like, "This is good for
If it
kids
wants you-
and adults."
Right.
I mean, it got a little cheesy towards the end. But them first 50 minutes, I was like, "Yeah, this shit is fantastic."
Yeah, well, it's got the little storyline.
Right.
Who like you could watch the movie and not realize that it was gonna go a kids route, even though it's called Spy Kids. But like the first 10, 15 minutes,
Yeah, it's giving
it's about the adults almost.
adult spy film.
And then it's like, oh no, we're talking about the kids here.
Correct.
If you weren't paying attention.
Cast Alexa Vega as Carmen Cortez, the daughter of Gregorio and Ingrid Cortez. And then Daryl Sabera as Juni Cortez, Carmen's younger brother and the son of Gregorio and Ingrid. Danny Trejo as Machete, a gadget inventor. I keep on saying that weird. Machete, a gadget inventor. And Juni and Carmen's uncle, Gregorio's estranged brother. Antonio Banderas as Gregorio Cortez, retired OSS agent turned consultant worker, and the father of the children. Carla Gunno, whatever. Ingrid Cortez, retired SOS agent and the mother of Juni and Carmen. Alan Cumming as Fegan? I don't know if he had a first name.
Vegan.
As Fegan Floop, the host of Floop's Floogies.
That's a terrible name.
Right? Damn. Terry Hatcher as former OSS agent turned associate of Mr. Lips and Minion. Tony I don't know his last name. The guy from Monk. As Alexander Minion, Floop's assistant. And Robert Patrick as Mr. Lips, businessman.
The guy from Monk, whatever his name is, I can't.
Tony Shallow?
He plays that character. He played his Monk character so well that every time I see him, I think Monk. And like when he was in this movie, I'm just like, I can't believe Monk is being.
Oh,
goofy.
you thought so? I thought he was playing, the evil assistant very well.
No, it's just like to me he played Monk so well that he
You
would
just
ever
can't
be
see
me.
him as anything
He
else.
just ever be an OCD.
I mean, he was kind of giving like OCD weirdo in this one.
I don't know, but no.
I think he was sticking to his wheelhouse.
No. Have you seen Monk?
Yes, I have seen Monk. All right.
That's all you got, love.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, the movie begins in a beautiful casa.
First of all, okay, when I was trying, because I was really trying to figure out, I was like, where is this movie set? Because I was like, are we in Mexico? Are we in Texas? Or there was one part where they showed an overview of Chile, and I was like, where are we?
Yeah.
And I was really trying to figure. No one could tell me.
No one could tell
no
you.
one fucking could
When
tell me.
they like escape on that boat and there's like just people in the backyard fishing, I'm like, where is this?
Right. I'm
And
like, where are we?
Why is he wearing that hat? Like, what is the?
Why?
That's
Why?
not America.
Because, and then I read that majority of it was filmed in Texas, but I don't think that necessarily means that it was like,
It's supposed
it's
to be
set in Texas.
right?
But when we look at the house is over, it's a mansion over a cliff.
It's giving international.
That's not giving Austin,
Yeah.
Texas to me.
It's giving international.
It's giving, yeah.
I mean, maybe it's like right on the border of Mexico and Texas or something.
I don't know, but I'm like, can somebody tell me where we're at?
Where y'all supposed to be? I mean, I guess it is giving Texas because technically it did happen in Texas. So there's a house that looked like that. Is that what they're trying to tell us?
I don't know. I
don't
mean,
know.
it's not. They don't have mansions like that. off cliffs to the ocean in Texas is all I'm trying to say.
So the film begins in La Casa. To see Vamonos.
What the fuck was that?
Casa means house, obviously. And I love the beginning of this movie because we see Carmen and she's looking out the window like she just lost the love of her life.
I know, right?
It's very
it's giving that meme of Selena Gomez and she has that blanket wrapped around her with a glass of wine. Like that's what it was giving.
Someone just killed her.
Yeah, like she's been through some stuff.
Yeah. And it's like that time, and before she gets tucked into bed, she asks her mom to tell the story of the spies that fell in love.
The 2 spies that fell in love.
And the mother begins to tell the story, and we, the audience, gets like a flashback of how the mother and the father met.
Yeah, so they were both spies, international spies. The greatest spies the world has ever seen. But they were working for opposite or competing, I don't know, spy companies, whatever.
Think Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, they're enemies, okay? And their missions, both of their individual missions, was basically to take each other out.
Murder.
And when it came time to actually do it, for whatever reason, neither of them could go through with the mission. They were struck in by love at first sight, whatever. So instead of killing each other, they begin to date secretly. They travel the world, but of course, you know, they keep their distance. They go to Paris, they go to France, they go to Spain, they go to London. And then, after years of dating in secret, Gregorio finally decides to pop the question and asks her to marry him. And she says yes. So now, these 2 international spies are about to do something that no international spies have ever done, and they're going to get married.
Scandalous!
It's the day of the wedding. Ingrid is freaking out. She looks so cute, by the way. She's freaking out. She knocks over this ice sculpture with her bare fist because she's that ridden with anxiety. But she decides that she's going to walk down the aisle, and when she finally sees his face, she knew that this was the best decision that she was ever going to make.
That's right.
They say their I do's. And then, now they're bound together by matrimony. And what we have not mentioned is, what is more dangerous than 1 great ass spy? 2 great ass spies. So now these two are a hot commodity, and everybody either wants them working for them or wants them taken out. So on the day of their wedding, it's infiltrated by fucking helicopters and fucking assassins trying to ruin their fucking day. So they have to escape on the day of their wedding. Tragedy. And then, because of this, they decide that it is time for them to retire.
As a spy can do. They just like filed a paperwork, and they're like, fine, we'll leave you alone.
Yeah, we're done with this. And then so they embark on a life of, you know,
boredom and regular life and kids and family.
Yeah, just the American dream.
And she's telling the story as if it's not about her, but it is. And at the end of the story, her daughter Carmen is like, "Oh, I hate the way it ends." And the mom is like, "Shut the fuck up."
The mom was low key like, "Yeah, I hate the way it ends too."
She's bored. She wants to be.
She hates this. This life.
Yeah, because right now we learned that they're still working for a spy agency.
They're still working for. They work for the OSS as consultants.
Consultants, right? But that also doesn't make sense. Well, there had to be a new spy agency because if it was the old one,
right? That's what I understand because it's like y'all were working for 2 separate ones, like y'all were enemies,
and we know and we know the dad had been working there for a while because of the third brain.
Oh yeah, so she must have just got in on the OSS.
I guess that's what we'll say. But they're more like admin now,
right? So,
research and development.
Mm-hmm. So Gregorio is in the room. Ingrid leaves the kids' room, and they have their little powwow. They reveal that they're talking about the kids. Mm-hmm. They reveal that they're still working for the OSS as consultants, but they're also talking about Juni and Carmen. Juni, she's skipping class.
Carmen.
Oh, right, Carmen. Mm-hmm. Juni's such a feminine name.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. Carmen is skipping class every month or some shit like that. And then Juni, who has like a skip class schedule?
I still can't wrap my head around people who skip class.
Yeah, I can't understand that.
I was getting
especially as a child, a 12-year-old. Where the fuck is this little kid? We need to fucking know.
Right.
How can you skip class as a 12-year-old?
I can't even fathom how you skip class in high school. I was like, so nobody cared,
right?
So like, I could call the school and I'd be like, "Where's my daughter?" And they'd be like, "I don't know. She didn't come to class." And I could be like, "What you mean she didn't come to class?" And they're like, "No, she's not our responsibility."
Yeah.
Can I not sue?
I could understand it vaguely with like high schoolers, but with a small child,
no, fuck yeah.
How do you not have count on my child? Like, why you don't know where the fuck she at?
When I go to the gym at 12:00 and I see like kids walking from, there's like a school like a block or two up, and they're like at the gas station. I'm just like,
how the fuck?
How are you allowed to be here?
Yeah,
right now?
why the fuck aren't you in the schoolhouse?
How is this happening?
I don't know, but they needed the education system.
I was getting a wax, and I was telling my coworker, the lady was waxing me about she was like, I skipped once or twice in high school, and I was like, so you just left? And she's like, yeah, just leave. And then,
what high school she went to?
She's from she went to high school in Houston.
There you go. That's the answer right there.
Or Dallas. She was in here because
when you go to a fucking high school where it's got 5,000 fucking kids, yeah, of course you can skip. They can't keep track of all y'all.
I can't. There's an attendance for a reason.
They're not doing that when you got 60 kids in one classroom.
To me, they really should. They should literally.
Because you know who you said Morgan is sitting. Well, Morgan especially used to ditch class, and she was like, I almost didn't graduate. I was like, how the fuck did you almost not graduate?
And did they?
She used to just leave. They do that over there.
And I need to know, like, I need to opt in for if, like, I want the teacher to do attendance. And if my daughter's not in that class, send me a text.
They're not doing attendance, though. If you show up, they don't give a fuck.
So what if I go to the wrong class? What if I could just walk into class? It's not my class, but it don't matter because you're not.
There's no structure. We must move on.
I don't care. I'll be like, send me the teachers. If I'm calling it, then I guess I gotta call the teachers.
So Carmen has been ditching class. And Juni has no friends, and he's getting bullied, and he's getting picked on, and he has warts on his fingers because his palms get so sweaty because he's scared all the time.
I was like, I guess it's anxiety, but I was like, can we just give him a shot of something so he doesn't sweat in his hand? I feel like he has a condition.
Yeah, I mean, like, sweaty palms.
Yeah,
like, this is a normal thing.
Yeah, I was like, there's people who like sweat so much in the armpit they get steroids in it, and it helps.
And so Gregorio's like, he's not having any friends, and he's getting bullied because his head's always in the clouds. Yeah. He's one of those dads.
He's trying to be like, I hate the way my kid turned out.
Yeah.
I want him to be cool like me. But he don't know, they don't know y'all spies.
Right.
You're nothing.
So they're kind of debriefing about their children and how they're raising them so poorly. And
I feel like this is when they start saying, like, we need to, like, we need to, like, be truthful to our children. And, like, they don't.
I don't know what that will help, but
I don't know. It really wouldn't help much because it's not like they do much with the spy world anymore. It's not like they're going away.
Right. So if it's like you tell us about this thing that you no longer do.
Yeah.
What's the point?
You're just lying about your job. I wonder what their kids think their job is.
But nonetheless, Ingrid is kind of like, maybe we should tell them, I don't think we should keep any secrets. Speaking of secrets, Gregorio has like his laptop open and he's secretly researching some of his old colleagues that have mysteriously gone missing. And Ingrid's like, what the fuck is this?
He's doing admin out of his like, this is extra admin. This is not the admin you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to see whose bank account went to this bank account, who's laundering money.
You doing this on your own. This ain't no OSS assignment. This is something you doing yourself.
How you got access to this?
So he puts it away and they go to bed. So they get in the car. They're on their way to school the next morning. So the kids are in the car. Juni's watching the Floop show in the little TV that they have in the vehicle. Gregorio's like, why the fuck are you watching this, Juni?
Can't stand that name. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous. I hope I don't offend a group of people because is that like I can't. When you said it the first time, I was like, that cannot be his name.
It's a tough pronunciation.
It sounds like a silly name. It's probably his dad's name. His grandfather.
I'm not familiar with the name, but
I can't stand it.
Yeah, you really gotta lock down on how to pronounce it.
Gregorio. That's it.
Gregorio. It looks like Gregorio. Is it Gregorio?
Mm-hmm.
Gregorio. Shit, it might be Gregorio.
That sounds more right. The way you're saying it almost sounds like a
I think it's Gregorio.
Almost sounds like a like a mysterious wizard or something.
Gregorio.
Damn. Okay, yeah, you're right. Gregorio.
All right.
Yes, and he takes Juni's iPad or phone. What is he watching on?
I guess.
What is he watching on?
Some sort of tablet. They've got all the latest technology that we didn't have back in 2001.
Yes.
And he's looking at it, and on the screen, so Floop is introducing some new characters that he has added to his cast. Floogies.
Flug.
No.
Is it Floogie?
Floogies.
Floogies. Oh, floogies, yes.
Floogies, as he calls them. And he introduces the new latest floogie to the team. And for whatever reason, Gregorio looks at it and instantly thinks that it resembles Donegan, who is one of his former, spy associates that has gone missing.
So, you know what?
But
I like to think that he's done some recon, and maybe he's like, they've been watching this little show, and the people who run the show, and they always doing some sketchy things, and he put two and two together. Because there's no way that you...
Because there's no way. Because if you see the floogie that Floop introduces, it looks like a distorted purple monster. So how are you able to look at that thing and deduce, oh, this is Donegan for sure?
If someone ever saw...
It looks nothing. It looks like a monster from underneath your bed.
If someone ever saw the ugliest photo of me and they're like, that's definitely Jordan. We're fighting. That's definitely her. She's been kidnapped.
But it wouldn't even be the ugliest photo of you. It would be you in monster form.
Yeah.
And that would be even more assaulting. Like, oh yeah, underneath all of this hideous, I can tell there's Jordan there.
That's there. I can see that forehead a mile away.
I can spot that shit from a mile away. So he is trying to figure out what's going on still. The alarms are going off. Things are starting to connect.
Make fucking sense, mate.
So they pull up at the school. Juni gets out the car. Gregorio tells him, you should be proud to be a Cortez. Juni's like, what's so special about being a Cortez? Gregorio's like, lots of things. He gets bullied. Carmen ditches class, talks about how annoying of a little shit her brother is.
So a lot of her thing is she hates her brother. She doesn't want to watch him. She doesn't want to take care of him. They're always like...
She doesn't want to look after him. She's such a bitch.
She's so mean to him.
She fucking sucks.
She's
the worst big sister ever. She's so mean to him. You're probably the reason why he's like this. He's going to need years of therapy because of her.
And then she is mean to him, but then she's also like later in the movie, she is protective of him.
But even when she's protective of him, it's still mean.
She's clearly annoyed with his
existence.
Yeah.
So that's their dynamic. Okay, so the kids get dropped off at school. Fast forward.
So when the kids are off to school, the parents go home, and we see, or the mom catches Gregorio.
No, Floop. Lair.
Oh, so Floop, yes. So we'll go off to Floop's lair. So this is the villain. This is his lair. It's in the middle of some body of water.
It's in this castle in the middle of the ocean.
He's meeting with the suit guy.
Mr. Lisp.
Maybe the backer.
He's the backer.
And Floop is presenting him his latest creation, which is like these robotic kids, spy kids, if you will. And they're like clones of powerful people's kids, and they're super strong, but unfortunately they're super dumb.
Yes.
So which is a problem.
And so Mr. Lisp is a main investor.
Yeah, he's not sold.
He is commissioning Floop to create some sort of army.
Yeah.
And so that's how Floop has gotten these OSS former agents, because I guess he was trying to create an army out of them, but that wasn't really working, and he just ended up turning them into his floogies. And I guess I'm assuming
every time someone comes to spy on them, he gets they capture him.
And he just turns them into a character for his
fun.
fucking TV show for shits and
giggles.
giggles.
Mutates them basically.
Yes. So that's what we have going on here. Floop is creating this childlike army.
We see one of the kids apparently is a prime minister's son or something. We don't know.
Yes. And so we're introduced to these mini children who are robots, and they're super strong, they're super powerful, but they don't have any brains.
No brain.
They're stupid. So Floop is like, yeah, that's the one piece that's kind of missing. They just lack intelligence.
But he's very upset about that. I'd have been like, they don't need to have brains.
Right. I was like, they don't
Point punch.
Yeah, I was like, they don't need to be that fucking smart.
Yeah.
Just, have them whoop some ass. So Mr. Lips is like, what the fuck are we going to do with these useless bag of fucking bones? We can't fucking do anything with them if they don't have intelligence. So Floop is like, I understand. And Mr. Lips is like, you have 2 days to get me my army once I come back here. And so Mr. Lisp leaves. And then also who's in the room is Floop's assistant minion, who is kind of like the brains of the operation, really.
He's got these nerdy, like these really thick glasses that make his eyes
They
look
weren't
big.
that thick.
But they do that thing when they make your eyes look
bigger than.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they do that. They're like fucking like magnifying glasses. Yeah.
And we kind of see that he's just like, he's just here for the. He's a sidekick.
He seems like an innocent assistant, but later we will soon find out.
Exactly. So back at home in La Casa.
The Cortez's estate.
Casa.
When I build my dream home,
It's gonna be like that.
and my architect tells me, so what's your inspo? What do you want? What do you want? I'm gonna say, give me the exact motherfucking replica of the house from Spy Kids. From A to Z, from top to bottom, I want that fucking house, and I want it on a fucking cliff.
You know what's funny? They're probably like, so you just want like a Mexican style home.
Like, why? Spaniard.
Yeah, like why are you bringing up Spy Kids?
Yeah, I want a Mexican Spaniard inspired house. That's exactly what I want. But I want it to look like fucking Spy Kids. That exact replica.
No, I'm sure. Don't we all? A house on the side of a cliff. Say less.
I mean, yeah, who wouldn't want that? But I especially want it.
Oh, more than any
more
of them.
more than any of you.
So yes, back at their beautiful home, the father, Gregorio,
Gregorio. Oh fuck! Now you got me fucking it up.
The father,
Gregorio,
he is being very sneaking around. He's packing a bag. The mom walks in. She's like, whoa, what are you doing? He tells her that, he's been investigating all the missing agents, and they called him, like the OSS have called him in to like investigate where they're going. So he's back in action.
He's going on a mission.
He's going on a mission. And she's like,
I want to come.
I want to come. He's like, no, we have 2 kids, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, and then she does this, like, she like uses her sex appeal to convince him to let her go on the mission. But you don't need his permission, honey.
I mean, it's not that she needs his permission, but it's like, I think he does kind of have to agree to it. Like, he's the one with all the information. Like, she's not in on this shit. So if he wanted to be like, well, no, you can't fucking come, he could very well do that because she doesn't fucking know anything.
I wonder if this is their first mission. This is probably the first time they're working together, huh?
Oh, probably so.
They worked against each other for so long.
Yeah.
It's an interesting dynamic.
This is new territory for them.
Besides admin.
Yeah.
You got Courtney's email? She's like, yeah.
I did. So yeah, this request for them to go on this mission is coming straight from the OSS president.
So yes, they're off.
Devlin.
Devlin?
That's the OSS president.
Who happened to be played by
George motherfucking Clooney.
Hottie Patati. I wonder how he got involved.
Yeah, how'd they bag him?
How'd they bag him?
That was the best cameo they could have ever had.
That man had never not been in his bag. That man has never not been busy.
Right. I've never seen him in a child's film other than this one.
Right. So yes, they're off. But what do we do with the children? I got something for you. Their uncle can watch some Uncle Felix. So next scene, the parents are off and arrives Uncle Felix to La Casa. He walks in and the mom's like, thank you for coming. He's like, what's family for? Wink, wink.
You know what really pisses me off about this movie?
That's not really his uncle.
No, it's the fact that, yeah, he's like, he comes in, he watches the kids, and, Ingrid's like, thanks for coming so much to notice, and he's like, yeah, that's what families are for. At least that's what I hear. Mm-hmm. Cut that shit. Like, why is it, and then, why is he so pressed about the fact that he's not their fucking uncle? Like, your job has been assigned to watch this family for X amount of years.
Right.
You've known these children since they were infants. Why are you so... I'm not your uncle. Yes, the fuck you are, dude, because you've known us since we were fucking babies. You've known our parents for 10 amount of years. But just because we ain't blood don't mean you ain't our parent. Chill the fuck out with that shit. Mm-hmm. He was so pressed about, I am not your uncle. You don't gotta be blood to be a child's uncle, bruh.
Calm down.
That shit really used to bug the fuck out of me. As a child, I found that so offensive.
No, I was
like, they know you.
To me, that might have been the biggest backstab.
Right.
To find out that wasn't their uncle.
Because it could have just been like,
I'm not your blood uncle.
I'm not your blood uncle. Or we really didn't even have to talk about it. Yeah. It's just like, Yeah, I'm
mom.
actually just a spy who's been assigned to look after your parents for numerous years. Don't hit him with I'm not your fucking uncle.
He's like, I've been holding this in for so
long.
Yeah,
I've been waiting to let this one out. God damn it. Anywho, so they call him up to watch the damn kids.
Yeah, come watch the kids.
He does it. And so they embark on their mission.
Off on the journey.
They get into this fucking car that looks like a fucking Cybertruck. And somehow they drive off the cliff and they're in the ocean. The now Cybertruck turns into a submarine.
Very cool water stuff in this movie.
Correct.
Very cool gadgets.
Very cool gizmos and gadgets and side effects and all the fun
Love
things.
it.
So they're in the sea, the ocean, whatever. And they're, logging into their OSS credentials. And this chick who works for the OSS, who I guess is going to be their liaison throughout the entire mission, pops up and is like, oh my goodness, the Cortez is so good to see you guys' face once again. And she gives them the rundown on what's going on, how they need to stop Floob, yada, yada, yada. And they're like, okay, cool.
No problem. Immediately after this intel that they receive, they are captured. They've been on the mission for what? All of 5 minutes?
I wouldn't even give them that much. Maybe 3 minutes and 14 seconds.
It's ridiculous.
If they are so far out of the game, it's crazy. They're that rusty. They immediately get kidnapped.
Immediately!
They see that they're being followed and they try to lose them. All the while, the person who's following them really was probably leading them somewhere.
The person that was following them was leading them somewhere. You mean like they were in on it?
Yeah, okay, so they're like, oh, we're being followed. And they're like, we'll lose them. But they were probably following them, trying to navigate them to go. Yeah, navigate to go into this fucking bigger submarine that swallows their submarine whole.
Yeah.
So they're in their submarine. They go into this bigger submarine or this fucking ship that swallows them whole. And now they're captured.
Done for.
Meanwhile, back at the house, the alarms are going off.
Immediately.
Red alert, red alert, red alert, red motherfucking alert.
Uncle Felix just opened his bag of snacks.
He just got comfortable.
They didn't
even make it to school yet. This is still 8 a.m.
They still got their uniforms on.
Yeah.
It is 8 a.m., huh?
They on their way to school. They still got the fucking cereal on the table.
Right.
The alarm's going off. Red alert. We gotta figure it out.
I always loved their school uniform.
I loved that goddamn school uniform.
It reminds me
so fucking preppy.
It reminds me like a French Catholic school uniform.
It definitely gave prep school.
Yeah.
Expensive fucking prep school.
Either New York City or
because
European.
usually you see high schools in that type of uniform. You got 10-year-olds in that expensive ass prep uniform. I know y'all paying a hefty price for that motherfucking tuition.
They almost seem like they go to school at an embassy, they're an embassy school or something the international elites,
where
Obama's kids go to school. That's what it almost feels like.
Right, it probably
yeah,
is.
that's what it almost feels like. I'm just what?
So yeah, where the fuck were we?
Oh, okay. So the alarms are going off. Felix immediately, I'm not your uncle. I'm not your uncle.
Basically, fuck.
But yeah, I mean, he's like, okay, we gotta grab these bags. He's pulling shit out of drawers. He's ready.
Yeah, he's grabbing this, grabbing that. He's closing this up. He's pulling out this gadget. He's grabbing these bags. And Juni and Carmen are like, what the fuck's going on? And he's like, no time to explain. Follow me. And then they're running through this big ass fucking mansion of a house. And they're like, what's going on? What's going on? And he's like, I'm not your fucking uncle, first and fucking foremost. And second of all, your parents are secret spies. And I've been assigned to look after you. And then people are fucking breaking into the fucking windows.
Little finger thingies.
Oh yeah, the thumb thumbs.
The thumb thumbs
are breaking into the fucking windows. And he's like, follow me. So they go to this room that has a wardrobe. Behind the wardrobe, there's
another submarine.
A fucking submarine again.
Yeah.
I guess this is why they just live by the ocean.
Great exit strategy.
Yeah, I guess so.
Great. And he's like, your parents are spies. I'm not your uncle. They're like, I'm confused. The door opens. They're like, I'm a little less confused. He leaves them.
He's like, I'll be right back. And he's like, if I don't come back, press the green button to go and the blue button to close the door.
Blue to close the door, green to go.
Right.
You gotta do it in a
fucking
certain
up
order.
like
No.
Juni.
Yeah,
and she's like, okay, fine. So he goes back. I guess he's trying to grab a last couple of items. The thumbs are on his ass.
But my thing is, I couldn't tell what was so important.
I don't know.
There's
probably more stuff he could have gotten.
They're at the door.
Right.
You got 30 seconds. He's
Right.
he's like fixing his mustache. He's walking around. There's no urgency. There's no urgency. And the kids are by themselves. Did you want the kids to get captured?
This was their fate.
I didn't like that. Like,
He doesn't give a fuck about them clearly because he's not their fucking uncle.
He should have never left them by himself. Your number one job is to watch these fucking kids. They're 11 and what are they?
They're 10 and 12, which I think is pretty big of a reach because I'm almost certain they're like 7 and 10. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Juni's 10 years old. Like, he has to be 5.
I can't tell children's identity.
But it doesn't make... Okay, side note, the math also doesn't make any sense because they've been retired for 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids can't be 10 and 12. So they would have to be at least 9 and 7.
They made a point to say that she wasn't pregnant on her wedding day. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the math isn't that thing.
Mm-mm.
Whatever. So he leaves the fucking kids and he has to fight off the thumbs. Ultimately he gets captured. And
before he gets captured, before they get in the little spaceship, the little submarine and go, he says, tell the OSS the third brain is alive or still exists.
The third brain lives.
The third brain lives. And they're like, okay. And before Juni presses the green before he touches the blue. He's in the driver's seat. He presses green. The
doors are still open.
The doors are
Poor
open. The boat
Carmen's
takes off.
hanging on by a goddamn thread.
Juni,
you're supposed to push the blue button first, not the green button. You never do anything right. You're such a fucking idiot. You have warts on your fucking fingers. You're such a loser. I fucking hate you, Juni.
And you know what? He's such a good little brother.
He's so sweet.
But he also we'll reveal the tea later. But he got tea on her
He do got fucking tea
to
on her
end
ass.
her. Her big ass.
Yeah, her fucking mean
She's
ass.
peeing her. She wears diapers
when she goes to fucking bed.
She pees her bed.
Right.
And he don't
You're
bring
the
it up.
fucking bedwetter, bitch.
And he doesn't say anything. The beginning scene, because so they like low key train. They think it's fun. They have like a jungle gym in their home, and they train basically.
Oh yeah.
And then the beginning scene, like they're like hanging on to like the monkey bars. He falls. She says all this mean stuff to him, and all he has to say is you're a bedwetter. You're done.
And he will end her.
End her
ass.
But he doesn't. He's so nice.
Because he's such a precious little sweet little baby.
Yeah. He's like, my sister's going through puberty, guys. That house is nice. That part is cute.
Look at them. Look at that fucking
nice.
house. My goodness, this is the most beautiful home I've ever seen.
We have to find the house. Anyhow, so they're off. Chaos ensues. They're trying to close the door in time. They press another button and it lets down the sunroof. The thumbs are after them. They don't know frickin' why. Juni turns off the autopilot. They almost hit a boat. Juni's on the side of their boat. Carmen has to pull him back in. They're about to hit a rock just in time. She pulls her back in. His leg hits the lever, and it turns back on autopilot. They're safe from the thumbs.
And they go back into the ocean.
Go back to scuba doo.
They go back deep into the waters.
So
and now the submarine is on autopilot, and it's taking them to the Cortez's safe house.
Every family needs one.
It's a 2-hour drive. 2-hour boat ride.
And this boat is amazing. He presses a button and a whole like Happy Meal pops up.
Yes.
This was supposed to be our future, America. This is what was promised to us.
Yes.
But instead, we got an orange man. And every day, I will not forget what y'all fucking did.
What you've done to us.
Right.
Y'all cursed us.
Because Japan is living in the year 3050 and we're living in the year 1990s.
Right.
One.
Take one look at fucking what Singapore is doing. And then come back and look at us.
Right.
And tell us this is how we should be living. I think the fuck not.
We're
in the year 2024.
They got hamburgers kind of coming out of microwaves, and we're using diabetes shots to lose weight. Right. We're not doing good.
Singapore's out there giving freaking free healthcare,
right,
and everything else. Europe, they've got freaking the UN. Y'all trying to whatever.
The UN. Mm-hmm. Just like the UN. We all got the UN, right? United Nations.
I don't fucking know. I think they're trying to leave the fucking UN.
Oh, I'm sure they fucking are. And we're just the best thing we can do is Americans are using. They're just trying to get skinny.
Wait, what?
What? The fucking Americans, the only thing we're fucking doing is using diabetes pills to get skinny.
Right. Racking up the fucking cost of people's fucking insulin because y'all just so fucking fixated on fucking size. God damn it.
And I think these next like couple years are gonna be really bad. I feel like skinny is gonna be anorexic. Like, what do you call it? Heroin skinny. I think it's gonna make a comeback in a very bad way.
Oh.
Fucking.
Everything's gonna come back in a very bad way. Jim Crow.
I don't want to talk about this celebrity.
Modern day slavery.
But what the fuck are we talking about? They're in the boat. They're on the way to the safe house. They have a ride to the safe house.
And so they pull up at the safe house. The passcode is Carmen's full name. They enter the safe house.
Say it. What is it?
I don't fucking know. Carmen Elizabeth something Cortez.
Did you mention the fun fact that one of their whole names is like one of the
no, writers? I didn't think it was that.
Oh,
riveting of information.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. But yes, they arrive to the safe house. Another fabulous safe house. Carmen enters. She's like, "Oh my god, this is the worst safe house. There's no food in the pantry." She opens the door. She closes it, and when she opens it back up again, it's filled with food. This is the future I was promised.
Right. That we have yet to receive.
They're living the line life.
And then should
we talk about the parents? What's going on with the parents?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, meanwhile, they're living it up in the safe house. Then we get a view of what's going on with Gregorio and Ingrid, and they are being held hostage. They bring up the fact that, who's watching the children now? We're kidnapped. They worry about the kids. How are they going to escape? They've been out of the game so long. Gregorio brings up the fact that one of their children is still in diapers at night.
Yeah, we shouldn't be like, he's nervous. And the mom is like, don't worry about the kids because they think Felix is watching. He's like, they're safe. No need to worry. Let's focus on the now. Too fucking bad. They're in peril. Felix did not do his job.
They're in fucking high fucking waters.
High alert. And they're like chained down to like these like
they're all tied up.
It's like a doctor's chair, like when you go to the dentist. But they break free. They explore the layer of floops. They very cool layer. It's got some tricks and turns and whatnot. So they go into a room called the virtual room. This is the room where whenever Floop does his like whenever he does like his show and he has like the agents who are his mutant agents and like the thumbs. This is where he like shoots the
This is where he does his green screen.
He has green skin. So somehow the mom and dad accidentally walk into this after they escape from their little captured chair. They're looking at a beautiful scenery, fall down some hole. Through the hole, they find Floop, and it's dinner time. And he's like, 10 minutes to escape. I thought better of you guys because you guys were like the best agents I've ever seen or thought I had ever seen. He's like, sit down. They think they had the upper hand. In fact, it was just all a plan. So they're sitting at lunch. It's Floop, the mom and the dad. They're sitting at dinner, and Floop is telling them his grand plan, which is that he wants the third brain so he can put it into his spy kids.
Put it into his army of children.
So they can be smart and powerful.
And so what he ultimately reveals to Ingrid, that she really did not know, is that Gregorio, back in the day when he was working for the OSS, they commissioned a team of spies to create this like artificial intelligence or AI. Synthetic brain, so they could use it in some way on agents or whatever. I guess they really didn't know fully the scope of what they wanted to do, but they wanted some fake brain. And Gregorio was on this team that created it. And Ingrid didn't know this, and Floop kind of reveals this at the dinner table. And Floop is like, that's why you're here. That's why I want you. I need this brain rebuilt.
Also because, like, they allegedly destroyed this project once they realized it was going to be, like, it could, if it falls into the wrong hands, it would be terrible. Right. But
so everyone unbeknownst to Floop and everybody else, they all think all of the brains were destroyed. But what we know is Gregorio actually didn't destroy the brain that he created. That is why the third brain lives.
The third brain lives, yes. So, SpaghettiOs. Back at the safe house. The kids are vibing, they're chilling, and then knock at the door. Who could this be? It's a pretty white woman. Come on in.
I'm weak.
You can be trusted. This is also, I actually don't know her name, but this is also the white woman that kind of assigned or like sent the parents off on their mission.
Yeah, this is the same agent.
Double agent, if you would.
What's her name?
Come on. Miss Gargo. Okay, perfect.
Garginko?
Yeah, sure. Garginko.
So this woman comes to the door. She knocks, reveals herself as someone who works with Juni and Carmen's parents and a member of the OSS. She identifies herself as Miss Gorginko, something like that. And they let her in.
She's here to help.
Yeah, so she tries to, convince herself to Carmen and Juni that she's on their side. They're all part of the same team.
She even gives Carmen like a little bracelet, like, thank you, you're amazing at what you're done.
And she's like, you're officially a member of the OSS. And she gives her this little bracelet, and Carmen's like all tickled, and she's like, I'm so fucking cool. Juni, you're an idiot.
They're being manipulated.
And so Carmen brings up the fact that before they left the house, that Uncle Felix told her to deliver a message to the OSS. And Miss Grinko is like, well, what's the message?
Because I am OSS.
Yeah. Because she is a member of the OSS. And Miss Grzinko is like, okay, well, what's the message? And Carmen is saying that the third brain is alive. And Grinko, whatever her name is, Terry Hatcher. That's her real name. We're going to call her Terry Hatcher. Terry Hatcher is like, oh my goodness, thank goodness. Oh, hallelujah. Then she tells her henchmen to search the fucking place.
Yeah, she snaps out of her Stafford wife.
And then she also reveals that before Carmen and Juni's parents were detected, captured, that he sent a final last communication saying FLOOP, which spells floop. And Juni's like, no way, Floop, I love him. That's my guy. That's my bro. Right. I watch this show all the time. No way he's a bad guy.
He's like, have you seen the show?
Right.
Can't be him.
And then Terry Hatcher is like, well, see for your fucking self. And she gives him, hard, concrete evidence that Floop is actually the villain at hand and the person who kidnapped their parents. So they begin searching the place for the brain.
At this point, they're like, "Oh, she's not on our side," because she's. They also like it wasn't at that. She says it wasn't at the house. It's got to be here. And
then Carmen's like, "You were at our house," and then she's like, and then so somehow I forgot. Oh, Carmen and Juni earlier were looking at a picture of their parents. It was like a picture frame of them from their wedding
day,
and they put the frame facing down, so they closed the frame. And that opened up a case.
Because the third brain was like under it, and like the picture comes up and it flips over and there's the brain.
Yes, and then the brain comes out. So the third brain's out there and it's cooking.
I'm gonna need him to
Terry
put
Hatcher sees it
somewhere safer.
Yeah, that was too fucking easy.
And if I accidentally knock this painting down, then the third brain pops up.
Like that needs to be under the fucking ground.
That needs to be in a safe.
Yeah, in the goddamn safe.
Yes.
So Terry Hatcher sees the third brain. She's like, oh my God, yes, hallelujah, thank God.
She says, kill the kids. I'm just kidding.
And so Juni, now realizes that this woman is evil. They've sunk in their submarine.
The thumbs are outside.
The thumbs are outside.
My favorite part about the thumbs in that scene is like they're wearing, because usually they're in red, but they're like wearing like henchmen, like all black, and I just thought that was so funny. Like it's just like here's the
outfit change for them.
Here's your wardrobe when you go out in the public versus when you're here.
No one can know that you're a fucking thumb. So the kids now have to escape from the henchmen, from Terry Hatcher, and somehow capture the brain. So Carmen instantly goes after the guy who is transporting the brain to Floop's lair. She instantly goes after him. She grabs a jetpack that is in the hideaway house.
Yeah. One of the many. Jetpacks. One of the mini technology, one of the mini jetpacks. They have everything.
Yes.
Everything you need.
So
they got it.
she's off. She leaves her fucking brother behind to defend for himself against all these fucking henchmen and fucking Terry Hatcher. Luckily, he's able to escape them momentarily.
What is attached to his wrist?
Like a chest box. He was like fucking around with shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on top of this, he's handcuffed to like a chest.
Yeah, just like
So he's also weighing himself down. So he's just like,
is that a lunchbox? What is it?
it's like a chest.
Oh, you call it okay.
Like a tool chest.
Yeah, when you said chess, I thought you meant like a game. Okay.
Oh no.
It's just he's just so silly.
He's just so innocent.
He's
precious.
just surviving.
He's just surviving. So he calls one of the gadgets that they take. He calls Carmen up and he's like, "Where are you?" And she's like, "I'm outside. Like I'm getting the brain."
Right.
And he's like, "Well, I'm stuck here. So can you come back and pick me up?" So she reroutes herself. She goes back to the safe house, picks up her brother, and they're back off searching for the brain. They're flying. She's holding on to Juni while she has a jetpack on her back. They're flying after the guy with the brain. After a little tussle, she's able to get the brain from him. And
They're off to the
they
city.
are back together and they have the brain in hand.
So they head to the city. In the city, they like fly into like some kind of like some kind of
not
store.
El Diablo, but I forgot what it was called. But it translates to Saint Devil.
Oh, Saint Devil.
It's not a real place. It's
Okay.
that town that we see. It's Chile.
Okay. Chilean.
It's Chile, the country of Chile.
Chile. Okay.
Yeah.
Chile. Okay. Anywho. So they arrive. My favorite part is like when they fly into this, no one notices the sound of a jetpack, the thumb people in there with their jetpack. Everyone's just like, mind my business. I have my own life. But anyway, they lose the bad guys in here. And then they get on like a little. It's supposed to be in Chile. They get on like a streetcar, kind of looks like in San Francisco, whatever, and they escape. They find themselves at a playground, trying to figure out what their next move is. They're trying to see where to find their parents, what to do with the third brain. What's his name? Juni almost destroys it. He's like, "This is what Floop is after. He's evil. I have to destroy the third brain," which would have been the best bet, but Carmen's like, "Stop. That's our bargaining chip to get our parents back."
Right. And she's like, "You don't even before." This morning we didn't even know who the fuck they were. So who knows if they want us to destroy this brain?
That's true.
And
both of them make good points.
Yeah, they both make valid points. But so they have this little argument. She walks away from him, and as she walks away, Juni's like, "Well, why the fuck are you still wearing that bracelet that Terry Hatcher gave you? That could be a tracking device right there. They could be pinpointing us at this very moment right now." And she's like, "Shut up, you little booger." And turns to find out he was fucking right.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fucking tracker. They're tracking her ass. And then so what happens? Now, Bloop has sent many Carmen and Juni robots after them. And
Still
they pop
dumb,
up.
man. Dumb, but very strong.
So they instantly pop up on Juni and Carmen, who are in the park. Juni is on one side of the park, Carmen on the other side of the park. Juni thinks the robot Carmen is the actual Carmen, and Carmen thinks the robot Juni is the actual Juni. And they're exchanging with their fellow robot counterparts, and Carmen is talking to the robot Juni, and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing here? I thought I got rid of your ass." And then he's not saying anything. He starts mumbling, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, "You're getting dumber by the minute." And then, so the robot Juni picks her up and, like, punches her or something.
Knocks her ass out.
Then Carmen turns to the side and sees that there is a robot Carmen doing the same to Juni. And she yells to Juni and tells him, "Juni, destroy the brain."
Little frickin' too late.
A little too late for that shit, because now the robot Carmen is on Juni's ass.
Right. He's like,
and she gets the brain. Because her strength is no match for Juni. And she gets the brain.
She gets her brain.
And the mini Juni and Carmen robots are off.
Yeah, so now they're shit out of luck. No parents, no brain. I'm in a park that I don't know where I'm at. What do we do now? So throughout this whole movie, every device that they like deal with is designed by the same person, or has the same logo on it.
Oh yeah, every gadget that they have, they all say machete products. Machete, 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 machete.
Who's this machete guy? Everything they have is machete. So
while they were at the safe house, and they were snooping around, opening shit,
Yeah.
they found a picture of Gregorio with his best man on his wedding day. And I guess Juni or Carmen, they take it and keep it in their pocket just for safekeepings. And they realize that on the back of the photo, it has Gregorio's name, but then it also has the name Machete on it. Also, the name Machete Products is on every fucking gadget that they've collected from the safe house. The fucking watches, the fucking compasses, the fucking jetpacks, everything says Machete on it. And then Carmen's like, okay, we need to find this man. Because clearly he knows Dad and he makes all the fucking shit. All these damn gadgets, we need to find him. This is the man we need to be looking for. So they hop in a cab because they got some money from the safe house. They get in the cab and they pull up on Machete. How they found his address, I don't know.
Yeah. Google.
But they pull up at his little home, his little laboratory, and they're like, "Hi, excuse us. You make gadgets, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, I make gadgets." And he's like, "Come back when you have your parents with you." And they're like, can't really do that because our parents are kidnapped. You may know them. It's Gregorio and Ingrid Cortez. We're their children.
And he's like, oh, that's my little...
And he's like, oh my God, Gregorio, that's my little brother. So this is their real uncle.
Their real uncle.
And he's like, I don't want anything to do with my little brother or his family. I haven't talked to him in years. We're estranged. I don't fuck with him.
I guess that's why the point they made it so clear that Uncle Felix wasn't their uncle because they have a real uncle. Movie wise, I'm still not sure why Felix went so hard on it.
He was just,
but movie wise, that's why
he was like, I am not your motherfucking uncle. He could at least be like, I'm not your uncle. I'm your godfather.
Right,
like
godfather, right?
Like something.
They could honestly,
or they could have just made Felix their godfather,
right? Also, another thing to note, because Carmen in this movie is very much like, I hate my brother, I hate watching over him. This is a image of what can happen to her if she continues down this path. She'll become estranged from her family, her brother.
Oh,
because that's what.
Thought.
Oh, that's what.
That's a good point.
That's where Machete is. He's like, I don't want to watch after my younger brother. I don't want to be part of the family.
Oh, I guess you're right. I never even made that connection.
Oh yeah. Look at me.
Oh, yeah. He doing all that damn hooping and hollering.
Yeah.
Just like Carmen ass.
Right. She don't want to be with her family. She want to skip school. She being a bad girl.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, 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 blah. This is what you can be. Making gadgets by yourself in the middle of bumfuck Egypt.
So, while they're there, ultimately, they're trying to convince him that, hey, our parents have been kidnapped. We need your help we're fucking children. We need your help in some capacity to rescue them. And he's like, no, I won't be doing that.
He said, you lost me at Gregorio.
At who?
You lost me at Gregorio.
That was awful.
You lost me at...
You lost me at my brother.
You lost me at my brother.
So, the best he can offer them is a few gadgets. He's like, I can show you a plane that you can take yourself.
He don't give an F.
Like, he literally doesn't... Like, these are small children. How do you expect them to rescue...
These are his niece and nephew, and he's like, go fuck yourself. Yeah. He's like, you came from the seed of my brother. Now we got beef.
We got beef. He wasn't that... He was actually kind of... I wouldn't say sweet, but decent.
You
to
think?
Yeah.
Jade, if my children wound up on your doorstep, my mom and dad are dead. You're like, what?
They didn't say they were dead and they're not dead.
They're gone. He just doesn't. He's not comforting.
I mean,
he's not like, y'all stay here. I'm gonna go to your parents.
I mean, I guess
he's like,
that's true.
where did y'all live so I can buy you a bus ticket home? It feels like.
I guess that's true.
It's not giving. I'm like, what did your brother ever do to you besides be a little brother?
Yeah.
You see, with my little sister.
Okay.
That's
enough.
She doesn't want my parenting.
Let's not.
But I give it to her because she needs it.
Let's not unpack. Okay, years worth of sibling trauma here. Focus on the fucking film. Focus on the fake fiction sibling trauma in this movie. So he at least lets them spend.
Do we say his name is Machete?
Yeah. Machete.
Very cool name.
Machete, at least for the night, lets them spend the night. He feeds them like chitlins and pig intestines for fucking dinner.
Disgusting.
And he shows them a few gadgets, and that's about it. So, but while they're spending the night, back at Floop's lair, it's been 2 days.
In 2 days.
Mr. Lisp is coming. He's coming close. He's coming back for that army,
Right.
And remember, the robot children, Juni and Carmen, the robot versions, they've acquired the brain.
Yes.
Okay. And they make it back to Floop's lair, and they have the brain.
The brain.
Meanwhile, Floop is talking to Minion, and he's having this moment of revelation. He's like, look, Minion, I don't even know if I want to do this evil shit. My passion is my television show.
I'm here for
I want to be the #1 show on cable TV.
I want to be the next out of the box.
I want to be the next motherfucking Barney, okay? Like, this is my dream. I'm not here with this fucking evil shit. Really? This low-key your gag. This is
I
your
want to be
dream.
Sesame Street.
I
I
want
want
to
to be Floop Street.
Yeah, there you go.
Floop Street.
I want to be fucking Walt Disney. And this evil shit, it's not going to help me get there.
I'm just confused. This is not my passion.
This is not where my passion lies. This is not my ministry.
Not my ministry.
And Minion's like, well, what are you talking about? And he's like, Minion, I don't want to do this. And then Minion's like, well, fine. You don't have to. I'll do it. I don't need you because guess what? Robot Carmen and Robot Juni, they got the brain. They give it to Minion. He's like, I no longer need you. You're no longer the face of this operation. I'm about to lock your ass up, and this is my show now. This is the motherfucking Minion show. How about that? And Floop's like, what the fuck, bro?
Fuck, bro. I thought we were just making kid shows.
What's going on, man?
After the 5th person, I turned into a...
This is the ultimate betrayal.
Yeah. I mutated 8 guys and just thought it was just for television.
Right. What's going on, man?
My thing with Floop is that he thought he wasn't doing... Like, what do you mean you don't want to be evil no more?
Yeah,
what have you been doing?
I mean... Yeah, I just never... Like, what was he getting out of it? Like, if you didn't want to do this, why were you doing
Why
it?
were you turning people into mutants?
Right. I mean, like...
Why are you building a kid army?
Yeah.
Why are you meeting with Suit Guy?
Right.
You just realized you don't want to do this?
Maybe. So I guess my assumption is with him creating these, evil mutants and robots and shit for Mr. Lisp. He is giving him money, and I guess in exchange that money funds his TV show. I don't fucking know. I guess this is how he funds his television show.
That man lost his plot a long time ago. Because ain't no way. After the first person, you were like, I need you to make him, mutate him and turn him into a character in the show.
You're realizing
you lost
you don't want to do this a little bit too late in the game.
You got thumb people running around snatching up kids, or it's over.
Right.
You're a bad person.
You're not a good guy.
It's not about the show anymore. Whenever a guy in a suit comes in and he's running shit, you lost the passion. Corporate owns you now.
The mission.
You lost the mission.
So back at Machete's place with the kids, Carmen is on this like crusade to convince Machete that, family is everything, blood is
her brother.
Thicker than motherfucking water. This is your brother. We're your fucking nieces and nephews. Like, family's all you got at the end of the day, man. And he's like, shut the fuck up. And she's like, okay, fine, whatever. So in the night while he's sleeping, they decide, you know what, they need to take matters into their own hands. Right. They acquire more gadgets. They steal like half of his fucking inventory. And then the plane that he showed them that is sitting on the top of the roof, that only fits one, they're going to steal it.
Yeah, maybe one adult, so 2 kids.
Yeah, so maybe 2 kids.
Yeah.
So Juni is tasked with reading the manual for the plane while Carmen is collecting all the gadgets.
See, I don't know why she chose that for him anyways. He's the younger brother. You want him to read a manual?
Because she wanted to do the cool stuff.
Exactly.
That's why.
You wanted him to do reading comprehension?
Right. She not fucking reading
comprehension. You have 2 years of English before this boy.
Right. He's like 7.
Yeah. You're like, read a manual.
Read the manual. That's so true. He's a baby.
Like, she set him up for failure.
I'm just a baby.
Like, let him go grab some cool shit and you read you fly. Nah, all the shit she done, that was fucked up.
That is a good point.
She set him up.
He really
Why would he
have
free reading the manual?
Tasked with that.
Like, I guess she gave the younger brother the shitty job, but this is life or death.
Right.
You need to read the manual.
And he's only a second grader.
Yes.
So, anyway, he's tasked with reading the manual. She's collecting all the gadgets. And by morning time, they're out of there. Just before they take off, Machete makes it to the rooftop. And she's like, thanks for the plane. Thanks for letting us sleep over.
You're a terrible brother.
We love ya. Bye. And they're off. And he waves goodbye at them. Yeah. And so they're in the plane. They're on the way to Floop's mansion.
So they're on their way. They're getting close. Carmen's like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And he's like, bitch, I don't fucking know.
He's like, your
and
guess
she
is as
starts
good as
yelling
mine.
at him, you didn't read the manual?
You didn't do anything right ever. You're such a stupid little brother. You butterfingers. And he's like, I swear to God, bitch. You call me a name one more time.
They spend a lot of time together.
Yeah.
You know, usually they get a break at school, but they spend like 2-3 days together, and it's enough.
They've been in close quarters for a very long time.
And it's coming to a wrap.
And he's like, I swear to God, if you call me another name, you gonna regret it. And she's like, what are you gonna call me? You ain't got nothing on me. And he was like, oh,
I got
that's
one in the
what you
chamber
think?
for you.
Best believe. And she's like, you don't have anything. Bad breath. She's calling him all these names in the book. And he's like, bedwetter.
Diaper lady.
Diaper lady.
Diaper girl, something like that, which is worse.
Diaper lady. He calls her fucking diaper girl.
Not only did she, right.
Then she's like, how long have you known? And he's like, forever. Mom promised me not to say anything. So it's revealed that this whole time we thinking the one in the motherfucking diapers at 3 a.m. pissing themselves is poor Juni. Really, it's Carmen ass.
You know, when I tell you I forgot that scene and when it was revealed, I was like,
no, when I watched it, I was like, oh, they ate that.
They ate that.
They fucking ate that.
That was the best movie reveal ever.
That was the biggest reveal of the movie, and it was the best reveal.
Of the 2001, that was the greatest reveal.
That was a fantastic moment.
That was a fantastic moment.
And so now,
when
she's pissed.
Yeah, so when she says that, she like hits his like,
he's
driving.
Him. Yeah.
He's driving for whatever reason. She like pushes him. It accidentally makes like, he crashes the right wing of the plane into like a boulder. Then in order to correct, he crashes another right wing into the boulder.
Then they try to put on the fucking landing gear, and the landing gear fucking falls off.
They're like 50 feet.
Die.
They're 50 feet from Floop's lair, which is like this big rock thing. They're about to crash into it. And then finally Carmen comes up with an idea that's not, shitting on Juni. And she's like, we're not gonna crash. We're just gonna what do you call it?
Do they escape in a parachute?
Yeah, they put their little
eject themselves.
Yeah, eject themselves. They put their like water gear on. They eject themselves. They go into the water.
They fall into the ocean.
Yeah, and then their plane thing crashes into the which is fine.
Okay.
So when they resurface, they're inside of Floop's lair. His like I guess like where like boats and shit would dock out, if you so will. When they arrive, if you so will, if you will, that's where the boats go. I don't know. So when they arrive, come out of the water, the first thing they see is a thumb. But one of the gadgets that they brought was a machete original, and it's like a gum, but like after you chew on it, it becomes electrical, and you just gotta throw it.
Yeah, it fucks up like any electrical wiring.
Yes.
If it's like a computer, if it's a robot, if it's a machine, if it got a little electricity to it, we're good. They chew up that little gum, spit it out, and your shit's all fucking messed up and rewired.
Yes. So the children have infiltrated the castle, and their goal is to find their parents, free the spies, take down Floop.
That's the plan.
Juni and them arrive. Unbeknownst to them, the children are being implanted with the third brain. I guess they were able to replicate it very easily.
Yeah,
so all the children are getting smart as we. There's 500 superhuman robots, by the way, of these robot children. 500.
And they're all getting implanted with the brain.
So Juni and Carmen are in the lair. They are getting situated. Juni's like adding like mini cameras all over the place to see like who's coming down which hallway. From his cameras, they see that the captive mutated agents are walking down the hall. So the Fooglies. So they hide in hide in like the ceiling so like the bad guys can't see them. And he does like a He comes on down and he asks them, where are our parents? And the Fooglies, one of the agent that the dad was actually looking for, tells them in their language. Their language, he doesn't say everything backwards, but he basically tells them that they're in the dungeon. Go find them. They're in the dungeon. So now they know they need to go to the dungeon. So they come on down. They take off to the dungeon. They accidentally run into the
thumbs. Oh no,
I was skipping that. Yeah,
oh.
I was saying they run into like the spy kids, like the 500 like spy kids. When they see them, they think they could just like hide because there's like a long line of them.
Yeah, they think they can just like blend in amongst them. But now that these spy robot kids have brains, they're a lot smarter now. And they instantly notice that Juni and Carmen are intruders.
Intruder, they say. So at that point, they take off running. But because of the traps and whatever that's in this layer.
This fucking layer is like a fucking funhouse.
Detailed. They get separated. Carmen falls down this hole, and then Juni hides in the
virtual room.
In the virtual room, he finds the creator, the one, the only Floop, who's been trapped there by
Minion.
So when Juni's in the virtual room, he's talking to Minion, and Minion's giving his whole life story about how he just wanted to create TV show for kids. He's like, I don't know where it all went wrong. Minion's the real bad guy. I'm just a good guy. Which that part takes some responsibility, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Because Minion's been playing sidekick this whole time. He hasn't even been like on his like evil game fully. You've been running the show. He might be like whispering in your ear, but like you made all this happen.
Right.
You're the villain.
You are the villain. Like I don't think we should let you off the hook that quickly.
Me fucking either. I was like, what do you mean?
You saying, well, I didn't want to do it isn't fucking good enough.
You didn't want to do it 5 minutes ago.
Right.
But this whole time you've been doing it.
Right. And you seem very invested.
Yes. You seem very invested. Up until putting brains into children, you were very you were selling them, you were capturing people and turning them to monsters.
You seemed very okay about all of the evil things you were doing prior.
Exactly.
But now all of a sudden, you want to have a change of fucking heart.
Not your imagination land.
30 minutes of the movie.
Right.
But whatever.
So Juni buys this because he's a kid and that's the story we're supposed to buy. And he's like, so if I let you go, then you'll help us save the world and stop Minion. And Flugie is like, yeah. Floop is like, yes. While that's going on, the parents are trapped in like the mutation room. The mom and the dad.
where they've been turning all the secret agents into these Flugie / distorted monsters.
Which I don't like.
Minion's got them chained up in there. And he's basically like, we're going to get to work in on you guys and we're going to make you Flugies.
Which is terrifying.
So, and he does such. He doesn't do it to Ingrid. But Minion does, in fact, turn Juni and Carmen's father, Gregorio, into a Flugie.
It doesn't...
And by Juni's own design.
Yes.
One of Juni's designs. Look how that bit him in the ass.
Right.
Damn.
Full circle. And it's funny because, like,
circle.
It doesn't even look like the rest of them. Like, those rest of them are kind of fun looking. I don't know.
Yeah, the one that Juni made, it's
just
like flat. And
it's like you could tell.
It looks like a gingerbread cookie.
It does. And you can tell that Minion don't be in there making them.
Right.
This is really a floop invention, and that's why you're the villain. Because Minion ain't got the touch.
Dark and twisted to come up with these little crazy, scary looking monsters.
I saw. Did see a TikTok that was saying like this was like someone was like watching this movie. And this was their first like this is horrifying like body like mutation something like this is almost like a scary movie because it's like the way they mutate people's bodies
are
like,
scary.
Off-putting.
It is in fact off-putting
because like it's not scary alone, but it's scary to know that they turn humans into that.
Yeah,
and it's really unsettling.
And they're trapped in there. Yeah, that's like some horror movie shit.
And like when they were like in those chains and just like moving around, I was like, oh my god, this is
it's slavery.
Slavery.
I mean, that's
And they had
y'all trying to pawn him off as the good guy. This motherfucker is doing modern day slavery.
Modern day slavery.
He is taking technology and slavery and wrapping it all up into one.
He's telling them to dance.
Dance, monkeys, dance.
Dance
is what he's saying. But whatever, all is forgiven, I guess. We'll just forget about it and move on. Whatever.
So yeah, the dad gets mutated. Carmen, on the other hand, is in like the area where they make the thumbs, and she finds like parts of a thumb and she hops into it.
As a disguise. She disguises herself as a thumb so she can move freely throughout the lair.
And then at some point Juni helps Floop escape the
virtual room and realize that he's a good person and that he has to be good.
Boo.
And Floop asks him, what is this show missing? Juni tells him it needs children. They become best friends, and now Floop's a good guy all of a sudden. So Juni and Floop escape the virtual room. They run into Carmen, who's disguised as a thumb. So now these three are together. They decide, of course, now we need to go get our parents.
The dungeon.
They go into the dungeon where they're keeping all of the floogies. And they see Donovan's floogie, all these OSS agents. And then they see a new floogie that they've never seen before. And Juni quickly realizes that floogie is, in fact, Gregorio, his father.
I hate when his dad, so they're all like locked up behind a cage. And the dad like reaches out with his fucking...
His like fucking mitten flat hand.
Terrifying.
And so Carmen opens up the cage that Ingrid is in and lets her out. And Juni turns to Floop and he's like, you turned my father into a floogie? He's like, and Floop's like, hold on, I didn't do it. I didn't do this one. I didn't do this one. I may have did all the other ones, but I didn't do this one. But he's like, I think I can reverse it.
You think, motherfucker?
Could you imagine if this was an irreversible process?
Take me to the gun house and shoot me in the brain.
No, literally.
Could
you imagine?
No.
And I don't want to.
Like literally them being turned into those monsters is kind of creepy.
Yeah, no, that's like horror movie quality right
there. And you never know how long they've been there for.
Right.
Ugh.
And so ultimately Floop is able to reverse this transformation. Gregorio is back to his original state. The family's all here. We're all together. So what's the point of action now? Now we need to take down Minion and these 500 robots.
That's right.
Minion, on the other hand, is preparing for Mr. Lisp and his arrival. Mr. Lisp pulling up at the lair, and he wants his army that he was promised.
Where they at?
He pulls up, he gets there, he thinks he's going to meet with Floop. No. Minion tells him that Floop is no longer the leader of this operation. You will now be dealing with me. I'm the head honcho in charge.
I run this motherfucker.
Floop ain't here. And he's like, okay, fine. Where's my army? Meanwhile, we hear Floop's voice come in over the intercom. Mr. Lisp is like, I thought you said Floop wasn't here. Minion's like, he isn't. Floop's voice comes over the intercom again. Minion's like, excuse me for just a brief moment. He goes to figure out where this is coming from, what Floop is doing, how did he escape the virtual room? He's supposed to be locked up. He needs to go investigate. He goes into the transformation room where they've been turning the floogies into monsters, or been turning the agents into floogies. And that is where he finds a young Juni.
Who's really good at imitating voices.
And it was never Floop's voice. It was always Juni imitating him. And so Minion's like, what the fuck are you doing here? You're supposed to be in line with the other robots.
Yeah.
Juni's like, I'm not a robot, bitch. And then appears the rest of the Cortez family, Ingrid, Gregorio, and Carmen.
My favorite part, who's like, can I wager you on if I...
he's like, oh, how about I go get your daughter? And then Carmen's like, I'm already here.
And she's like, I already accounted for her. He's like, oh, I didn't see you there.
Didn't see you there. So now it's time to give Minion a taste of his own medicine, and Gregorio now puts Minion in the transformation chair and turns him into a floogie.
Mm-hmm. No, well, actually he doesn't. He gives him the button, and he's like, if you take your hand off this button, then you turn to a floogie. in theory, hoping that he doesn't move for a while.
Yeah. Oh, is that why? I never understood why he took his finger off the button and like laughed. I never got that.
Oh, well, he was like, I don't give a fuck. I can change myself back. I think he was just like, I don't care. Like me, I'd been like, let me hang on to this button as long as possible. But he was like, I have a 3 o'clock appointment. I must make it.
So yeah. So ultimately, he gets turned into a floogie, but he's like a high functioning floogie. He looks like himself just with 3 extra heads.
That's true. Like how you make them not talk.
Right, because the other ones, they don't have any brains, damn near. But this one, you just your regular self. Yeah. You just now have 3 heads.
I feel like they are smart, but they just don't speak English anymore. Everything they speak.
No, I think they're supposed to be dumb.
I mean, they be saying words. We just don't understand what they're saying.
I mean, I guess
they're speaking a different language.
I guess that's true.
They're speaking backwards. So yes. So now with the help of Floop, the family's off to stop the robots, to reprogram them, to save the world. They're heading to the engine room. I don't fucking know. The headquarters.
There's so many rooms in this layer. I don't know, the control room.
There we go, the control room. And
it's up to Floop to find a way to reset these 500 robots.
So they get like split up. So like
so they kind of break up into teams.
Yeah, so they get split up.
Sure.
Yeah. So the mom and dad, they get captured by Robot, Juni, and Carmen.
They do?
Yeah. Oh. And then Floop and the real Carmen and Juni, they're together and they go to the control room. They're without their parents, but we have to focus right now. And then Floop is like, I don't know how to stop them. I can't take brains out of 500 robots. And Juni's like, well, don't take the brains out, reprogram them. He's like, I don't know what that code could take forever. She just like, and she tells them, make good bad and bad good or something like that. So just basically reprogram quickly.
Yeah, just have them do the opposite.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay,
I'll work on that. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna go stop something. We're gonna find mom and dad.
Something.
So they leave. In the hallway, they find Robot, Carmen, and Juni. And this is, they're facing their inner selves, basically.
More importantly, Juni.
Juni is. So they're getting their ass kicked. But at one point, Robot Juni has Carmen like pinned down, and then real Juni is fighting Robot Carmen, and Carmen is telling him, "You're strong." Real Carmen is like, "You're strong."
Juni, don't listen to her. You're not worthless. You figured out how to get us here. You helped Floop realize he was good, not bad. You talked to the Fooglies and saved Mom and Dad. You're strong, Juni. You're strong.
Meanwhile, Robot Carmen is ripping him to fucking shreds, as a regular Carmen does. Mm-hmm. So really, this is a new information he's hearing. He's experienced this all before at the hands of his actual sister. Oh, yeah. But Carmen, the real Carmen, is giving him a pep talk, and he's like, I am strong. I can take her. So then he punches Robot Carmen in the face, and then real Carmen's like, you not that fucking strong, bro. Anywho, they are able.
She used it. So, technically, so Robot Carmen punched a part of cement, and it falls. Oh, yeah. And he's like, I'm gonna do what she did.
Hell yeah! And then he punches a cement wall, and then Carmen's like, you're not that strong.
And then Robot Carmen picks him up, and unbeknownst to her, he's chewing that gum again, and he takes it out of his mouth and he pushes it on her, and it like electrocutes her. And then they're able to escape with some, common day cement spray. But they're able to get away. And then they meet their family, their mom and dad, in the meeting room. Where we take meetings.
Yeah, where we've been meeting with Mr. Lips and Minion, and we've been demonstrating the army to Mr. Lisp.
Yes.
We meet in the main area.
Yeah. So here,
so everybody's in this bitch now. Minion's up in there. He now has 3 heads. Mr. Lisp is up in there. Even Terry Hatcher is up in there. Some henchmen. It's
evil, obviously.
The all Cortez family is now there, and it's about to be a battle royale.
So they're getting ready to gear up to fight the 500 superhuman robot children. The dad is like, okay, Mom, you take the 100 on the right. Carmen, you take the
center right.
Yeah, and then so on and so forth.
Juni, you take center left. And I'll take all the kids on the left. And then Juni's like, that's only 400. There's 500 of them. We need one more. He's like, we need one more person. And just as he says that, someone, who could that someone be, bursts through the windows of Floop's lair just in time,
Machete.
strapped and ready and armed to help the Cortez family. And who might it be? It is the one, the only Machete. Gregorio's older brother.
My favorite part is they're like, we can take, like, y'all can barely take one.
Yeah.
Like, you take 100, I take 100. No!
And he's like so convinced. He's like, it'll work. Like, he's like, we got this.
We're gonna die, Dad.
So Machete's there. So they now have the 5 people to fight off this 500. And they're ready. They're strapped. They're armed. And on the count of 3, they're like, we're going. Countdown. 3, 2, 1. Just in time.
Yeah.
Because they were never going to be able to figure that shit out.
Time.
Just in time. Meanwhile, in the control room, Floop has figured it out. And he has been able to reprogram the kids. So now they're no longer going after the Cortez family. They're going after Minion, Terry Hatcher, Mr. Lisp, and all of their henchmen.
Well, they're not going after. They're just like playing with them. It's like playtime. I can't tell what from like a deeper level. I can't tell what he reprogrammed them to be fun, to have fun. Don't fight, have fun. Like I miss that.
Be bad, be good.
Throw people in the air because they start throwing.
Yeah, so don't think too much on it.
I try not to, but I really want to get the gist.
I don't really think it's that important.
Yeah, it's not.
So the robot children, all 500 of them, start throwing all of the villains in the air, and they're having a grand old time. And the day saved.
The brothers have a reunion, a little mini reunion. They're like, Machete's like, I'm so sorry, little brother, for not talking to you for so long, for being separated. And Machete even breaks down in tears, and it's like family.
Does he really?
Yeah, he starts crying.
Oh.
And then the father is like, what do you say? Not Italians. Why do I keep on saying Italians? Spanish people were so emotional or something.
Oh,
like that.
he's like, yeah, he does say that.
Yeah.
He's like, we're Latin.
We're Latin, yeah. And then, everyone else hugs. And then cut to, we're at the Cortez casa, and in the home is everyone plus Machete, who is making he's the real uncle now.
He's the real uncle. So Felix no longer has to fake pretend. He spared him that duty, so he can now live a happy, fulfilling life. Is not pretending to be the children's uncle.
Fucking loser.
Because that was ruining his life.
Ruining it for him. On the news, we see that there are hundreds of robot children saving the world. We see one video of a
little boy. He's helping
a firefighter
rescue people out of a burning building alongside some firefighters. Go ahead.
I love how in the news, like, no one's concerned. Like, who are these children? They're like,
yeah, the newscaster is like, and where are these children coming from? This is something we need to figure out. Why are these 500 kids all wearing the same uniform, just randomly helping out?
Right.
And is nobody like, hey, that's my kid?
Right. That's
because these are clones of actual children.
That's the president's daughter.
Yeah, is no one like, yeah, that's the prime minister of Malaysia's grandson. Like no one cares.
No one cares. And then there is a commercial or like a snippet from Floop Show. And we see that he took Juni's advice and he decided to introduce 2 new cast members to the show, that being robot versions of Carmen and Juni. And how fucking dare you? Did you ask permission to use my likeness on television and make money off of it?
They probably did.
I don't think that was appropriate. I was like, sir, I'm a real human being. I know I can't be on your show. But I'm sure the ratings are up. Whatever. He's good now. I feel like he should pay for his sins. Or maybe like they cut a deal where he just,
I guess he's an informant now. Yeah. Whatever. So the Cortez family, they're all together.
Happy, loving
families together. Now they get an alert on their computer, their technologies. And who is it?
Who would that be?
It's Delvin. Delvin?
Yeah.
Delvin himself.
The head of the OSS.
The head of the OSS. And he's like, Cortezes, it's me, Delvin / George Clooney. I have an important mission for you. You are needed. The world needs you. It's in peril. And I need you on its stat. Gregorio. Damn it, now you got me fucking it up.
It's okay.
Gregorio is like, hold on. We're a family.
We're a family now.
We don't do anything without consulting our family. I know you might need us, Delvin, but we're a family now. We have our kids to think about. Me and Ingrid cannot just whisk off and save the world like we used to. And he's like, Delvin's like, okay, that's nice and all, but I wasn't even fucking talking to you. I was talking to your fucking kids.
Right.
I was talking to Carmen and Juni, okay? These are the ones who I need. They're the most high-tech, intelligent, young, rising spies the OSS has ever seen. And we need them. And then here comes Carmen. She's like, basically gives the same fucking spiel her dad just gave.
She's like, oh, hell
and she's like, we're a family, so if you need us, you need my mom, my dad, my uncle, and my little brother.
You know what's funny about the second one? They're not following that.
They're
like, we want to go on a mission on our own.
Like, not at all.
Like,
and by the third one, they don't even like talk to each other.
Are the parents even in it?
They're all estranged.
Is it dad might be in it? I'm trying to look at this movie poster.
No, he's definitely in the.
Is the mom in it?
They're in the third. They're in there.
Okay.
The only one who's not in there is freaking Carmen.
I don't even remember the third one, honestly. I just remember how weird it was.
It's
And
not
that girl.
memorable.
I'm a robot and I stay here forever. Remember that girl that he liked? Juni? She like the purple suit on. Do you not remember?
Oh.
She was like a robot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was fake. She was part of the game.
Mm-hmm. She didn't know.
Oh, right. I think she did know. He didn't know.
I don't think I don't know. Yeah. I feel like she didn't know.
I
feel
think
like
she knew.
She had awareness.
I remember the guy. Remember the guy?
The guy.
He had like
I'm the
100
guy.
lives,
And he dies.
And he dies. I was like,
I'm the guy.
they was wrong for that.
Wrong.
I said, damn.
That's like
That dude had 100 lives and that shit went to 0.
like,
As the lives are sucking out of his soul.
yeah, turn to coins.
And then he
Fucked up.
goes into like, poof.
Yeah, that was fucked up. I'm the guy.
Well, all's well that ends well in the beautiful Cortez family.
You know, I love Spy Kids so much. I remember when I was a kid, I asked Dad, is Spy Kids real? Because I wanted to be a Spy Kid.
And he said no.
He looked me in my face, and I remember his face. He was like, no. I feel like he was about to lie, and he was like, I'm going to tell the truth. And we've been beefing ever since. I never trusted it with any joy.
That is so fucking hilarious.
So you hear that? Lie to your kids, people. Because they will remember that for the rest of their lives.
Real?
And he was like, no. He was like, I remember seeing his face like, should I lie or not? And he decided to tell the truth.
That
and I remember
is so
we were on,
fucking funny.
We were on Miro Street, and I was walking by, and I was like, Dad, is Spy Kids real? It's like, fuck no, you dumb bitch. Be an accountant. Like, no! I want to be a Spy Kid.
Oh my god.
I could have been a Spy Kid. I literally could have been. I could have been a secret agent had he not spoiled that for me.
Jesus.
I could have lived in a world of imagination for another 2 or 3 years.
I know.
Straight to stress.
Girl, this movie really, when it came out, there was nothing
Hooked.
greater
Nothing.
that I wanted to be than a goddamn child spy.
Yes. Do you remember for
my
like
God.
Christmas? We
we used to want gadgets for Christmas.
and they were so shitty.
Yeah, they were so shitty.
They were so bad.
I
They
was
were
like,
like, why do y'all keep on giving us these shitty ass gadgets? We want the fucking shit Junie and Carmen are using. Stop giving us these chicken shit robot toys. We want the real stuff. I remember you used to get the glasses with the mirrors so you could like look and like see people behind you. Like some of the bullshit that was so crappy.
It was so fucking crappy.
If only I could be a Spy Kid. It's not too late.
It's not too late. Look, if there's a world out there where the OSS is real, if Charlie's Angels is real, sign me up.
Let me have kids. And
I want the fiction version. Like, don't give me like the real stuff. I don't want to actually.
Let me have kids and Spy Kids become a thing. I will be living through them. Y'all will become a Spy Kid.
Yeah.
You're like,
absolutely.
I'm gonna turn into that parent.
I'm gonna be that mom.
I'm gonna turn into that mom.
I'm gonna be one of those momager moms.
Yes. Like, my kid must be in the Spy Kid. He must be a Spy Kid. He really wants to be a Spy Kid. My kid's just like, I can't even read. I'm like, he really wants to do it.
How do I get him into this program?
How do I get him into this program? crazy
Well, all
stuff.
right.
Well, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving and have a great holiday season.
Yes. Happy holidays.
And y'all stay
to
blessed,
all.
stay mentally well, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Adios, mis amigos.